Thanks to everyone for praying for my mom. And thanks to everyone who supported me financially. And I hope you pray more for her. Douglas didn't know why the Church of Despair wanted to kill Christine. But Douglas had abandoned the Saintess for the Church of Despair. The reason for his betrayal was simple. The Church of Despair offers more benefits. In fact, most of the people here were clinging to Christine for survival rather than genuine devotion, as traveling with a priest naturally increases your survival rate, and the basic skill of a priest, heal, could mend most wounds. Even severed limbs could be reattached and functional with a well-placed heal. Additionally, the Blessing of the Saint buff increases resistance to status effects and debuffs by 50%, and beyond level 40, priests could even use Area of Effect heal over time. In other words, priests are optimized for saving lives. Of course, there had to be some benefit for the priest to help people, but no one disliked free healing. That's why 100 leeches gathered around the Saintess. He added, "But I hate it. Staying with Christine might increase survival chances, but that's all. There's no internal growth." In fact, priest skills focused on endurance, but endurance alone wouldn't conquer the 20th round. Just as the best defense is a good offense, growing stronger increases survival chances. Having realized this early, Douglas decided to betray Christine, and the Church of Despair focused on growth unlike Christine. He added, "The church provides many items like potions that help with growth. After this, we'll also share the loot from the spoils." But what about the followers of the Saintess? They simply gathered around her to receive healing, making no effort to grow. They just kept surviving round by round, and they'll collapse soon enough. Luck won't last forever, so it's better to cut ties early. And switching to a more promising religion was more hopeful and wise, but that alone wouldn't have swayed Douglas. The real reason for his betrayal wasn't items, as the Church of Despair had promised something. He said, "They said I could have my way with Christine before killing her." With a wicked grin, Douglas looked at Christine, an elegant, radiant flower. He was extremely curious about the pleasure of plucking that flower, and he said, "I've wanted you for so long." He had harbored impure thoughts while by her side, but never had the chance, and she seemed uninterested in men, which made her more alluring, and people are drawn to untouched, pristine things rather than used goods. Then he said to himself, "Love? Loyalty? Who needs that? Pleasure is what matters." Whether Christine lived or died didn't matter as long as he could satisfy his desires. At that moment, he saw Berber gesturing to him. He inquired, "Berber, did you call?" Berber was an agent sent by the Church of Despair to monitor the Saintess. He was also the one who had brought Douglas into the church. Out of the 101 people here, he was the only ally Douglas had. Berber said, "I just received a message from a brother. Preparations are complete." Douglas inquired, "Are all the people gathered?" Berber replied, "Yes, about 200 brothers are waiting 500 meters away. We can strike at any moment." He said, "Oh, finally, preparations were finished. It was time to sweep away these beggarly followers and kidnap Christine." Then Douglas inquired, "You'll give her to me as promised, right? You know, hey, Berber said, "Oh, that, of course. The leader has granted you a special 30 minutes in recognition of your contribution." Happily, Douglas said, "Oh, 30 minutes. Thank you. That is more than enough time to enjoy myself." Then he inquired, "What should I do now?" Berber replied, "I'm going to get the brothers. Keep Christine distracted so she doesn't use her detection skills or notice anything. Keep talking to her. Once it starts, subdue her immediately." The so-called paladin, known as the Saintess's Knight, smirked sinisterly and said, "Understood." Christine looked at the gathered people with admiration, and she said to herself, "So many people trust and rely on me." Despite only waiting an hour, over 100 followers had gathered. This was reassuring against any potential ambush. It was like having a thick wall of human shields. Then she said, "Everyone?" At Christine's word, the murmuring died down. A profound silence fell, quiet enough to hear a pin drop. Christine added, "Thank you all for believing in me and following me. Despite not asking you to gather, you've come. I can only do one thing in return." After a brief pause, Christine spoke with a determined look in her eyes. "To protect and stay with you until the end. That's my way of repaying you. Let's survive together until the 20th round." The players cheered, raising their fists to the sky. "Chrissy! Chrissy!" They seemed like devout followers, almost fanatical. Douglas, watching, approached while clapping, and said, "You're truly amazing, Chrissy. Your words are noble and inspiring." Christine said, "That can't be. I'm just an ordinary woman in her 20s. You all see me in a better light." He said, "How can you call yourself ordinary when you're saving lives? The many people who trust and follow you are proof of your goodness." She smiled and said, "Thank you for saying so. Having someone as kind as you by my side is a blessing." As Christine smiled gently, Douglas mirrored her smile, and he said to himself, "Such a waste of a woman, too good to kill." He wanted to keep her imprisoned for his pleasure. Then he smirked and said to himself, "I can't wait to see the expression on your face when you're under me." As Douglas swallowed his dry saliva, he followed the plan and engaged Christine in conversation, and he asked, "Now that we're all here, are we heading to the quest?" Christine replied, "Yes. We've been delayed, so we need to gather points quickly." He inquired, "Is there even a quest requiring such a large group?" Christine replied, "I'm not sure, but it's better to move together. We've always done that." He said, "That's true, but we should plan our strategy first. I have a plan in mind. Would you like to hear it?" Douglas began spouting pre-prepared lines to draw her attention. Christine found his sudden verbosity strange, and she asked herself, why is the normally quiet paladin talking so much today? Though he claimed to have a strategy, nothing seemed to register. His words were long-winded and irrelevant. She said to herself, "Strange, this isn't like him. Douglas had been with me since the second round. I knew his character well. Very strange. Really, being tipped off by the prophet had made her extremely wary of ambushes. Thus, Christine habitually checked her detection skill, and red dots appeared on the skill she had activated by chance. Douglas's expression hardened for a moment, but Christine didn't notice. She was focused on the approaching red dots, and she said, "Look, there are people coming this way." But before Christine could even scream, Douglas grabbed her forcefully and dragged her away. Christine shouted at Douglas, who grabbed her wrist and started dragging her without warning. "Let go of me! What's going on?" he said. "It's dangerous. Quickly, this way." Douglas's urgent voice left Christine momentarily confused, and she asked herself, he wasn't trying to betray me? When a typically quiet person suddenly acts out of character, it's natural to be suspicious. She had thought Douglas was in cahoots with these people and planned to betray her, but it was a misunderstanding. And she added, "He's actually trying to save me." Just the fact that they were distancing themselves from the approaching group made it clear. Then Douglas said, "Hurry, follow me. We'll get caught otherwise." She said, "Okay, I understand." Christine mustered all her strength to run, being led by Douglas. She ran without looking back, focusing only on moving forward. She wanted to ask what was happening, but had no time. They were busy getting as far away as possible from the mysterious group. After about 10 minutes, Douglas finally stopped, and he said, "Phew, we've gotten far enough. They shouldn't be able to follow us." Christine, too exhausted to respond, just bent over, gasping for breath. Finally, she had a moment to look around, and she inquired, "Where are we?" They were in an unknown forest. Having run frantically, she couldn't tell which direction they had come from. Douglas said, "I've used the detection skill. It seems we've successfully shaken them off." "We're lucky, Chrissy." She inquired, "Douglas, you know who those people are, don't you?" After a brief silence, Douglas nodded and said, "Yes, they're from the Church of Despair." She inquired, "The Church of Despair?" He explained, "It's a cult born from the ideology of plunging the world into despair. It's a new religion with a strong negative perception of the world, based in America, with over 200 player members. The leader goes by the nickname John Delgado, a necromancer." Christine's jaw dropped as she listened to the explanation, and she asked, "How do you know so much?" Douglas hesitated, then revealed as if in a confessional, and he said, "They approached me to join them." She inquired, "What, really?" He replied, "Yes. Do you remember a newcomer from a few months ago named Berber?" Christine said, "Berber? Yes, of course, I know him well. I greeted him today." Douglas added, "He's a high-ranking cardinal in the Church of Despair. He infiltrated our group as a spy to monitor you, Chrissy." Christine was stunned by this revelation, and she inquired, "What? Berber is a spy for the Church of Despair?" She had never even heard of the Church of Despair. let alone imagined there was a spy among her group. Christine's eyes filled with suspicion, and she asked herself, could I trust the paladin before me, even though he said he was approached by the Church of Despair? Noticing her change in demeanor, Douglas smiled reassuringly and said, don't worry, I only pretended to accept their offer to gather information on who was targeting you, Chrissy. She inquired, oh, they're targeting me? Why? He replied, I couldn't find out the exact reason since I'm still a low-ranking member. But it's clear they plan to kill you. The fact that they've mobilized 200 followers today proves it.